Okay, so I thought today we could create a really cool fashion illustration together. Now all you're going to need is some paper. I'm using an A2 sheet, but you can use anything that you have available to you. A4, you can just scale it to fit the paper size that you have. And then in terms of materials, I love to work with Copics. It's a material that I absolutely enjoy using. But if you don't have pens or textures, you could use crayons, pencils, ink, paint, whatever you have available to you. Now with the color choice, today I'm going to be using a black, a pearl white, which is kind of a bit of a lemony yellow, and a gray, a little bit of white. You don't have to use it if you don't have it, a bit of gold, and a pen. So that's what you're going to need to do this illustration. Now I am going to be freehanding this, so it could be an absolute disaster, but we can do this together. So follow along. Let's do some step-by-step and create a really cool piece of art that you could use in your home or as a gift. So let's get started. Here we go. Okay, so all we're going to do to start off with is we're going to get our pen, and we are going to roughly the top quarter of the paper, we're going to do the head of this fashion illustration. So just do almost like an egg shape. I'm just going to do an egg shape. Now again, this doesn't have to be perfect because mine isn't going to be. Okay, so we have a rough egg shape. Now what we're going to do is we're going to do two little beans on the side of the head, and they're going to be the ears. Okay, so now that we've got the ears in, we'll move down into the neck. So it's just going to be two lines just either side of the chin. So we'll go down with the lines, and then we've got ourselves a neck. And moving on from the neck, we're just going to go over into the left shoulder. We're just going to go over and create like a little bit of a hook. And we'll just stop there. So you got that. And we're going to create the other shoulder. But what we're going to do is we're going to leave a space just for the moment. And we're going to start the shoulder about here. And we'll show you that in a moment why we've left that. Why we've left that little area. We're going to create a dress. It's going to be a bit asymmetrical. So we're going to go across here, and then we're going to do something cool like a massive, I don't know, like a big bow here. Now let's work down into her waist. Okay, now we're going to do the hand. So what the hand's going to be doing is going to come down, and we're going to imagine that it's going to be holding onto the bottom half of the dress. So the dress will kind of flare out this area here. There we'll just do some pearls on her. So let's go just some circles, and we'll make it a little bit of movement in that. Okay, and we're just going to create some hair. So starting from the ears, we're just going to go up, and then just feed that along that hairline. Now, in terms of the eyes, all we're going to do is just just almost in line with the top of her ears. Here's 2 little bird wings. And then we're just above that first line there of the eye, we'll do the eyebrow. Now, let's just do this skirt. Now we're going to move on to our texture, so the black, and we're going to go over some of these lines. Okay, so now we're going to do her hair. Now we're just going to grab the white that I'm using and it's just a gel white. We'll just go over that, give it a little bit of air movement. For the earrings, I'm just going to do just some pearl. Okay, now again we're just going to add some more definition. Now into the bow, we'll add some more greys. Give that a little bit of definition. Gonna have 2 layers there. Bring that into a bit of a shadow down there, so it just kind of makes it pop. A little bit of shadowing there. And then the same with these lines here. Now again, this doesn't have to be perfect. If you make a mistake, don't worry. The mistakes are what make illustrations really cool. Now, we're just gonna add a little bit of gray up into her eyes. And I might just add a little bit on this side. Just highlight there and a little bit into there. Just a touch there. Just up in that bow area, let's just add a little bit more white. Now with this pearl that I've got here, this kind of soft creamy white, we're just going to add a little bit of colour through the dress. Not too much, but it'll just add a little bit of warmth. Now we're just going to do some dots, just to the bottom half, just finishing it off. And we'll use the grey as well. And I'm going to use a bit more of that pearl white. And then just as we're ending, I am going to add a little bit of gold to some of the dress and the bow, but this is entirely optional. A little bit more gold. We'll add a little bit of gold spots. And then just do a little bit more darkness over here. Okay, now just to finish, just a few little lines around the outside of it all. Okay, and then just sign wherever you would like to. I'm going to do it along this line here. And there you have it, a super quick and fun illustration.